So, how are you supposed to talk to your betrayed spouse about your affair? How are you supposed to talk to them about how you cheated on them, about how you betrayed them, about how you broke their heart, about all of the things that you do not want to talk about because you know it's very painful for them, it's very painful for you. It causes a lot of arguments. Not only that, your betrayed spouse requires you to talk about it. They have questions for you a lot. They require you to explain a lot to them. And it seems like when you do answer their questions, it's followed by another question, and it's not good enough. When you do answer their questions, they don't believe you. They have their own story in their mind of what happened. When you do answer their questions, they just tell you, you're just making excuses. You're just making excuses for what you've done. And you're going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. What do you want me to say? Because it's getting to that point where like, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, I'm being transparent. I don't know what else you want from me. Okay. And so if this is you and where you're at, we'll go over how to talk to your betrayed spouse about your betrayal. Okay. But before we get into that, I want you to know who you're talking to. Coach Michael J. Fit, Infidelity Recovery Specialist. I was a serial cheater for over a decade. So I've actually done the reps. I've actually done the work. I actually had to learn on the job, on the fly, what to do to actually earn someone's trust back. How to actually change, not just promise. And so I sit here and tell you from experience, not just from what I read in some book or when I took a course and learned. This is a combination of it all. This is what works. And you may not like it, but if you want to rebuild trust, this is what works. This isn't some theory. This isn't just me. I just looked this up and, this is good to say. I'll say this. No, this is what does it right here. So pay attention. But the hardest part of it is not sitting through the video and listening to what I have to say. I'm sure you can already guess what the hardest part of it is going to be, is you actually doing it. You actually doing what is going to be hard for you to do. You doing proactively what you do not want to do because it's that uncomfortable, it's that scary, it's that much emotional intensity to be able to talk about those things and have those conversations because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where your partner is going to take it. You don't know what they're going to think, what they're going to say. And so here you are. Okay. And so let's start. Let's get into it. We know the problem. We know what you're feeling. We know what you're going through. Okay. What are we going to do about it? The very first thing I want you to do is begin practicing regulating your emotions. Sit in moments of discomfort on your own. Yes, if you don't like sitting in silence without any distractions, then that's a problem. Because you being able to sit in discomfort is going to be the key to your victory here, the key to you winning, the key to you actually making some changes that are actually worth a darn, that actually give you some results. Practice, training, becoming. Practice sitting in discomfort, breathing, and exercising your emotions out for short periods. Start with 5 minutes today, 10 minutes today, and then do it every day, every single day, like your life depends on it, or like your recovery depends on it. Because the ability to remain calm in uncomfortable situations is what's going to help you be transparent, be honest, be believable, and actually do what's required. Meaning say the things that you do not want to say, because I'll give you an example of something you are to say or to do that you don't want to. When they express to you how much you've hurt them based on what you've done, you don't want to touch it anymore. When they're done talking about it, you don't want to talk about it anymore. Yes, I hurt you. This is what happened. Okay, I'm sorry. And then they move on. Okay, all right, that's done with. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But thing about that is, and what I coach, what I teach, is having those conversations. Write this down: to understand, validate, and resolve. What you are to do is go back in there when they express to you how much you've hurt them, what you've done to them, why they're upset about something, and they're expressing to you, and you're listening, right? And you're taking it all in, and they let you have it. You are to go back in there and ask, inquire. Go back in to understand them, to reassure them that you care. Hey, where did that question come from? Hey, wait a second. I know you're upset about this because this happened, but what about that upset you? Like, what hurt you about that exactly? What feeling did you have? What did you think? Not only that, how often do you think that? How often is that happening? Can you tell me more about that? And why you're doing that is because you're not just doing that just because to get them to talk. No, you're doing a lot just by doing that. For one, you are understanding them. You are making these attempts. You are making effort. You are putting forth action to understand them. And that alone helps you to understand them, because your goal is to not tell them that you understand them and make them just think that you understand them because you said so. Your goal is to legitimately understand it even better than they do. Understand them even better than they understand themselves. Because what they are doing, when you ask them to elaborate, hey, give me more about that. Tell me more about that. They're processing live with you, processing their feelings and their thoughts. And when you are able to go in there and sit in calm and help them process their emotions without getting defensive, without needing to change their mind about something. And you're just there to listen, to genuinely understand with no judgment, no criticism, just so you can understand what they're going through. Oh my gosh, that alone is validating. That alone is validating that you understand how I feel deeply. And you sat there and you listened to me. And not only did you listen to me, but you actually listened to the point where you can repeat back to me what I just told you, because you were listening, because you care. Oh. You see, when you don't go back in to ask any questions about their feelings, you don't go in there to understand it, to nurture it, to process it. To them, they're just like, okay, well, I guess you just don't care about that then. I feel all of this, and you just stay quiet, and okay, all right then. I guess you just don't care. And then their biggest fear is only heightened, that the reason why you did this is because you don't love me, meaning you don't care about me. Okay? And so getting in the habit of controlling your emotions with practice, consistent daily practice, structure, is going to be very important, because that is like when you are practicing for the ball game, for the actual match. You're practicing outside of the match. You're getting ready for this big match, which somewhat it feels like, right? But you're training your nervous system to sit in those moments and not be so triggered as to the point where you just want to shut down. No. You're trained to breathe through it and continue to say what's required, as uncomfortable as it may be. But the more you do that, the better you get at it. And I'm not just telling you this. I'm pulling it from the air here. I'm speaking to you from experience. Is the boring work that nobody's going to pat you on the back for, is the work to do. Is training yourself. It's not performing, because if you're not training outside of your partner, if you're not training yourself, your nervous system, your brain, your body, your unit, your mind, if you're not training outside of them, then you're just performing. You're just pretending. You're just doing your best. You are legitimately trying and doing your best, but you are just performing. Okay? And so when you focus on your change more than anything, it's undeniable at that point, when you are focused on your change and implementing the changes, becoming that person, changing who you are, and acting accordingly, doing what that person does, practicing. That's how you gain the identity of that person, saying, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do. And you do it again and again and again until you adopt that identity. And when you become that person, you don't need to try. It's just what you do. And so that's going to be it for today. We'll keep it a short one for today. And I challenge you, I encourage you, I inspire you, I caution you, I all of whatever you want, however you want to say that's going to get your butt up and doing it. Begin training your nervous system. Begin reprogramming your subconscious mind. Begin creating structure for yourself to change, to win. Okay? Coach Michael J. Fitz. Hope this video helps. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Come on, show the love back. Best of the luck to you. I'll see you in the next one.